This video is going to be about 3 anime powers that are just insane. These aren't, I wouldn't claim that these are the strongest or whatnot. I just think that these are worth talking about, and they're not in any particular order. So, don't get mad. Okay? This is just me talking about how cool these are. Let's go. And cue the new intro. And to no surprise, you've probably already figured out the first one we're going to talk about, Super Saiyan from Dragon Ball. Not only is Super Saiyan the most iconic transformation to ever exist in anime, it's also the most influential. There are so many different animes this inspired and creators that it inspired and still does. And you can thank most of everything that is shonen back to this character in Akira Toriyama and Super Saiyan, because Dragon Ball influences as a whole the anime community so big, and Super Saiyan is what really made Dragon Ball as iconic as it was. I don't think it would be as iconic without it. And yeah, it's also extremely overpowered. It increases your strength, speed, stamina, any kind of trait you would use in a fight by 40 times if I'm not mistaken. And it just looks cool. It might not be the most complex design, but it still does what a transformation should be. It has a feature that makes sure that you can tell there's a difference, the yellow hair and the blue eyes, and the golden aura, and it makes him stronger. So it does everything that a transformation should, and pretty much sets the rules for all the animes after it. And that's pretty much all I got for Super Saiyan, and I think I should go ahead and move on to the next. Alright, this next one is pretty common in the anime world, but you gotta have at least one of these on this list. In the anime world, there's a lot of abilities that transcend time somehow, whether it's stopping time, fast-forwarding time, reversing time, time travel just as a whole. It happens a lot in anime, but nothing is as infamous as the world and Dio as a whole. I could get so carried away just talking about all the heinous things he's done and being one of the, like, the #1 hater of anime. But he really does do the best with time, because when you think of a character in anime that involves with stopping time, you always think of Dio. And if you don't, well, I'm sorry. Even though he's very bad at using it, because instead of actually using the time he has when he stops it, he's too busy monologuing. But the side is on him, because in anime when you monologue, it could be 5 minutes long, but it's only half a second in the anime world, so I guess he's got that on his side. But besides that, he can stop time, I think, for around 10 seconds. And what he does with that 10 seconds, I'm not going to spoil, but I'm just going to say donut. He creates a donut somehow. But if you haven't seen JoJo's and you're watching this video, then if you're watching any anime content and you watch an anime video, like, that's just dangerous as a whole. You better finish every anime on the planet before going to any social media platform, because it will be spoiled. There's not a single show that I've watched that I haven't been spoiled on. But yeah, besides that, so far, it's really simple. He can just stop time, and his stand is also just really powerful. It can just, punch straight through people, if you haven't got the hint already. But yeah, he's just really strong and can stop time. Pretty common in anime, but it's worth being on this list. And Dio being a menace just also puts him on the list, even though it's not even about his character. And while I'm talking about that, if any of you have any ideas on what type of video I should do next, please comment, because I would really like to know. Instead of just trying to come up with ideas myself, it would be much better to have y'all create ideas for me, so I don't have to bore y'all with whatever idea I come up with. So y'all can, have the content y'all want to see, and I get a free video idea. You see, it's an equal exchange. Now, before I mutter on too much longer, let's go ahead and go to our final and last anime power, or whatever I decide to title this video. The last anime power is going to be about the Sharingan. Now, the Sharingan is, even in its weakest state, can still pretty much figure out what someone's going to do before they do it. It's not foolproof. It all just depends on how much you train it, and, just how good you are at wielding it, and just normal anime stuff like that. But once you get it in its 3 Tomoe state, without even using the OP powers of the Mangekyo Sharingan, which I don't even need to get to that, you can pretty much not even be a martial artist and still win in a fight. Like, it can copy pretty much any jutsu, not unless it has to do with your DNA or blood type or something like that. And it's also, like I said before, you can use it to win a fight pretty easily. Your combat skill really doesn't matter as long as you're really, really, really good with the Sharingan. You can just copy it. And once it gets to a certain level of power, you can really just abuse it. And they just have so many OP powers after. And what I meant by that is after the 3 Tomoe state, you get the Mangekyo Sharingan. And that has multiple different abilities, because everyone has a different ability. Like, you can have Amaterasu, which is black fire that just never extinguishes. The only way it can extinguish is if someone that has Amaterasu puts it out. That's the only way for it to go away. Some even put you in another dimension, can put half of your body in another dimension, and crazy stuff like that. And that's not even all of it. It also makes you, just the natural things, physically stronger. It makes the eye even better at tracking and copying, and just all those abilities are heightened that you had before. They're even better in the Mangekyo state. And also, you get a Godzilla-sized samurai thing called a Susanoo that just pretty much turns into like a shield around you. And it's just as powerful as, like, Godzilla, pretty much. Like, that's the best thing I can think of if you haven't seen it or know what I'm talking about. It's a walking nuke, pretty much. It is that powerful. I mean, one of the people that had Mangekyo Sharingan that had a Susanoo literally cut a mountain in half. Like, that is just insane. And that's just all from the power in someone's eyeball. Oh, really quickly, before I keep on talking about the Susanoo, there's another ability called Genjutsu that the Sharingan is very good at. It's not only specific with the Sharingan, but if you make eye contact, it's over. You've already lost the fight. And there's even extremes to where, like, 1 second is 72 hours. Or something like that. And yeah, I can't believe I forgot about that. So overall, the Sharingan can put you in an illusion. It pretty much equals martial arts, regardless of how much you know, because it can copy anything. And you're practically a walking nuke, but there is one thing that it is bad about the Mangekyo Sharingan. After using it too much, you will start to lose your vision. And the only way to stop that is to steal someone else's. I'm not too sure on the lore. I think it has to be someone that you're really closely related to, like a brother. Because that's the only way it's ever happened, was a brother, at least canon. But yeah, I know this video was mainly about the Sharingan because it just has a lot more information about it. And a lot of things that still aren't clear. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed so far. And again, if you've got any recommendations of a video you'd like to see me do, please tell me, because I would like to hear from what y'all want me to do, so I could, make better videos, and I could, put more effort into something. I know that's going to work. That's the reason why I stick to shorts more, because with these types of videos, you either hate them or like them. There's no in between. So, yeah, again, I hope you've enjoyed, and if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and, yeah.